Johnny Depp's attorney presses Amber Heard on photos, donation as cross-examination starts. Heard said she did not want Depp's money. Depp's attorney Camille Vasquez pressed Heard on her donations to the American Civil Liberties Union and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, asking Heard why she hasn't donated the full amount. Heard said she had pledged the entirety of the settlement and she intends to fulfill the obligation, saying she hasn't been able to fulfill the pledge because Depp sued. Vasquez pointed out that she had received the total settlement from Depp by October 2018, 13 months before Depp sued her, and she had not donated the full amount. When you say you buy a house, you don't pay for the entire house at one time, Heard said. When Vasquez said to Heard that she wanted Depp's money, Heard disagreed. Didn't get it, wasn't interested in it. I loved Johnny, that's why I was with him, she said. Heard said photo shows Depp on drugs, not asleep. Heard pushed back on questions from Depp's attorney about photographs she had taken of him. Heard said she took pictures of Depp to prove to him he had passed out that way. I started taking pictures of him so that he knew it was real, that it had gotten this bad, When Depp's attorney said Depp was asleep on his island in one photo, Heard said Depp was on the nod, as he would say. In another photo, Heard disagreed Depp was asleep. No, he was nodding off. Asleep is different. When you're nodding off, you're high on drugs. Didn't even feel the cigarette in his hand that had been burning on his leg. It was cause for alarm for me, because I cared about him, she said. Heard repeatedly responded to the attorney's remarks that Depp was asleep in photos, saying he was on the nod. In another photo, of Depp seated with spilled ice cream, Heard disagreed that he was asleep. He was nodding off, and I was worried about how bad the medications and the medication change and the drug use had gotten where he wouldn't even feel ice cream or lit cigarette on him. It scared me, she said. Depp's attorney presses Heard on injuries, photos. Heard was quizzed about the rings Depp wears and whether he was wearing them when he allegedly hit her in the face in March 26. Heard said she did not seek medical attention at that time. Depp's attorney Camille Vasquez showed photos of Heard after incidents in which Heard testified Depp had hit her in the face, pressing her on her appearance in photos at events. After times she said Depp had. A photo of Heard at a movie premiere in Tokyo showed the actress in a backless dress after an incident in which Heard testified Depp had kneeled on her back. Heard said no marks were visible in the photo. Vasquez also questioned Heard if she sought medical treatment after an incident in Australia in which Heard had testified earlier in the trial she was sexually assaulted with a bottle and suffered cuts and injuries to. I didn't need to, Heard said. Depp's attorney showed a clip of Heard speaking on The Late Late Show with James Corden in December 2015, which Heard had previously testified happened after an incident in which she said it felt like she had a broken nose. I did have two black eyes after that incident, she told the court Monday, and affirmed she had earlier testified a cut to her lip kept reopening. Vasquez also showed stills from the clip with Heard's mouth open. Depp's attorney begins cross-examination of Heard. Depp's attorney began her cross-examination of Heard on Monday afternoon, playing an audio clip of the two in 2016 during which Depp told her, "You will not see my eyes again." Heard acknowledged that Depp had not looked at her during the trial. "As far as I know, he can't look at me," she said. Depp's attorney played a clip in which Heard told Depp to tell the world he was a victim of domestic violence, which Heard testified she had said because it was preposterous her abuser would say so. Heard's attorney finishes questions. Heard's attorney finished her questions shortly after 3 p.m., after asking Heard to describe the emotional impact of the ongoing litigation. Heard is countersuing Depp for $100 million over what she calls a smear campaign. "It's torture. I'm in so much pain, emotionally," she said. She said the case has forced her to relive the incidents and reveal intimate, embarrassing, deeply humiliating and personal things that she has survived. "I want to move on with my life. I want to move on, I have a baby, I want to move on," she said. "I want Johnny to move on. I want him to leave me alone, Op-ed was mean to lend my voice to the conversation, Heard says. Heard said that while her career took a hit after she got the restraining order against Depp, she started getting her career back on track, including a lead role in as the movie was coming out. Heard agreed to participate in the Washington Post op-ed Depp is suing over. The ACLU drafted the first draft of the op-ed, Heard testified, and she did not want Depp's name included. She said she got involved because she believed in some of the causes discussed in the op-ed, was proud of having been named an ambassador for the ACLU and wanted to raise awareness. There was just a greater cultural conversation being had around gender issues, and I was happy to weigh in on what I saw as the unique phenomenon that women, typically women, experience when they come forward against somebody more powerful, when they speak up about gender-based, and I thought I could lend my voice to that conversation, that I had something to say about that. Her attorney asked if she was trying to boost sales for the movie, and she said that isn't how it works. A major motion picture, a major franchise like that is not aided by the publication of an op-ed in the Washington Post. I'll say it like that, she said. But the other way around can be said. I was wanting to lend my name at that specific time to potentially advance the causes within the op-ed. She consulted with an attorney, she said, because she feared retaliation from Depp and accepted all the attorney's edits on the piece. She testified that she did not write the online title of the piece, and that the text of the piece was true. She said she became, as the article states, a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. When she got the restraining order against Depp, Heard accepted money in divorce settlement but has not donated it all. She said all she wanted in the divorce was a joint statement but accepted a settlement of $7 million so it wouldn't be overturned. She testified she was never interested in Johnny's money, I wanted him to clear my name and leave me alone. I've been saying that since 2016, she said. She elected to donate the settlement money over a period of time to a children's hospital and the ACLU, she said, for tax reasons and because she was receiving the settlement in installments. She said she made contributions in 2016 and 2018. Elon Musk, my boyfriend at the time, also donated to those organizations in her name during that time period. She testified. She has not made more payments, she said, because Johnny sued me for $50 million in March of 2019. She plans to complete the donations, she said. Heard breaks down in tears. Just don't call me a liar. The defense played audio clips of conversations between Heard and Depp that Heard described in court as her explaining to Depp that she was trying to get him to stop what she called a smear campaign in the wake of their divorce. Depp told her that he would ruin her career and no one would want to work with her again, she testified. I was trying to get him to call the dogs off, call it off, because it was forcing me to a position where, he was calling me a liar. And he was forcing me to prove it. And I knew that wasn't going to be good for him. And I kept saying, don't make me prove it, I don't want to, she said. She said she was trying to convince Depp she had photos, evidence and witnesses. I thought no one was advising him in his best interests. I thought no one was telling him the truth. I know how he's surrounded by yes men, and I thought nobody was saying to Johnny, this is crazy. Don't do this. And I didn't want to hurt him, I didn't want to hurt him, I loved him so much, that's why I'm explaining to him why I didn't file criminal charges, I didn't file a police report, even though it was being used against me, I didn't want this to go to a prosecutor. Heard broke down on the stand, saying in the recordings she was trying to convince Depp to stop what she said was suicide, using her lack of cooperation with the authorities against her. I didn't want to get him in trouble, I didn't want to hurt him, I didn't want anything from him, she said. Just don't call me a liar, that's all I said, just don't call me a liar. Just don't say this isn't real because I am the walking proof of it. She recounted that she broke the restraining order to beg him to stop the machine. I was feeling like I couldn't live my life. I was being dropped from commercial opportunities, people were turning on me, a campaign I had shot dropped me, she said, and people in her life were being scrutinized